All right, it's that time of year again. Let's go over the best fragrances for back to school. So starting off, I would go with a nice freshie. My thought is I want to be as mass appealing as possible, and therefore freshies are usually that type of fragrance. Now, most of the ladies will like it. The guys won't mind it. You're not going to offend anybody. At the end of the day, even if they don't like the fragrance, they're not going to hate the fragrance. So my first one would be this one here. This is my favorite summer fragrance from this last year. This is Moncler Sunrise Pour Homme. This is a beautiful fragrance. Absolutely love it. Very appealing. It projects well. It isn't going to be clawing. You're not going to choke people out. You're not going to be annoying. You're just going to have the right subtle amount of performance with this fragrance. And it just smells incredible. I get about 10 hours on average when I wear this fragrance. So it'll last the whole day at school. You'll smell great. You smell fresh. And if anyone is near you, they're going to enjoy it. So I would go with Moncler Sunrise Pour Homme. Now, if you want to go a niche level, I would go Ocean Noir Michael Malone. Again, beautiful fragrance. Smells very similar to your Dylan Blue style fragrance with more depth, more interesting factors. Projects well. I get about 8 hours every time I wear this fragrance. Smells phenomenal. Compliment pulling fragrance. One drawback, again, it may not be the easiest to get if you don't live in America. So if you can't get this, another good option and a cheapie would be Missoni Wave. This is a beautiful fragrance. Smells very similar to Versace Pour Homme along with L'Oreal Homme Sport. And this has beautiful freshness. About 70% Versace, 30% Chanel. The sweetness from the Chanel is in there. Smells great, very mass appealing. I found it online recently for 45 bucks. So if you want something with a great DNA, great performance, another good freshie, 45 bucks, Missoni Wave. Now, you can wear one or all three of those all year and be fine. But my thing is, once it gets a little bit colder, say it's your November, December, January time, I would want something that's sweet, gourmand, something that's beautiful. I would go with this one here. This is Azar the Most Wanted. This smells like a beautiful caramel toffee fragrance. Highly recommend it. Good performance. Will last the whole day at school. Smells incredible. Compliment puller. Ladies are going to love it. It's going to smell very good, and it'll work with that colder vibes. Highly recommend it. Another good gourmand would be this here. This is Mancera Amore Cafe. This smells like the best cinnamon caramel macchiato fragrance on the market. You get that beautiful coffee, that beautiful sweetness, that beautiful DNA. It is incredible. Performs really well. You might actually even have to dial back the sprays on this for how well it performs. But again, beautiful fragrance. Highly recommend this in the cold weather. And then finally, the other niche would be this right here. This is Angel Share by Kilian. Again, best apple crumble pie fragrance on the market. Smells incredible, smells delicious. Ladies are going to love this fragrance. Highly recommend it. Again, this is for once it's cold out. This is your November, January fragrance. This is maybe even December fragrance. Again, this is actually my Christmas fragrance that I wear every year on Christmas Day. But highly recommend from Kilian. This is Angel Share. So that's what I would do. I would have a freshie and I'd have a sweet fragrance and I just mix them up. I'd probably bring in the freshie at the very beginning of the school year, maybe around October, November, start bringing in the gourmand fragrance. And then probably around that December, January, I'd only be wearing the gourmand. Then fast forward around that February, once it starts to warm up a little bit, maybe March, bring back in the freshie into the rotation. So that's how I would navigate going to school. Again, there's no one size fits all. What is your routine when you go to school? What's your back to school fragrance? Comment down below. As always, this is Nub Fragrance. Thank you so much for subscribing. Talk to you soon.